Hey everyone, today we're talking about live streaming. Since COVID has hit, DJs have been moving to the internet to play to their audience. Today I'm going to walk you through what my setup is and give you guys some ideas for ways that you can improve yours.
Start it up!
Live streaming your sets, everyone's doing it, and if you're not, you should get on that. It's actually kind of fun. I'm rather enjoying it when I can't actually play to anyone right now. So playing on the internet's been pretty cool. So let's talk about some of your options for live streaming. Where you're gonna live stream. So as everyone learned very on in the early days of this, live streaming to Facebook, it's where your audience is for a lot of people, but Facebook doesn't play very nice with you. Fortunately, Facebook, as many of us know now, have the algorithms that detect copyrighted music and then they shut off your stream. So you just lost everything you've done, and you've lost everyone that was watching it, and it's no good. Instagram, similar scenario. Seems like people are having some better luck on Instagram than they are on Facebook, but Instagram is owned by Facebook, and they have the same algorithms. Mixcloud is an interesting one. So they've said that they have a legal platform for streaming your sets, that they're paying the royalty fees. This is awesome, and it's a great concept, but unfortunately there's nobody there other than other DJs. And it also doesn't have the audience interaction tools that some of the other services have. So it brings us around to kind of your two other options, YouTube and Twitch. YouTube again has some copyright issues, and you may get takedowns and warnings, so you have to be careful there. But I think like the holy grail right now for DJ live streaming is on Twitch. Twitch has found itself as a new home for DJs and even live musicians to stream their sets to their fans. Twitch is great because there's lots of interactive tools between the chat, you can do emotes, you can have people follow and subscribe, and there's all kinds of integrations with Twitch that can really spice up your streaming. So Twitch is kind of where it's at. Now, you have to build an audience on Twitch, and you have to try to get your fans over to Twitch, which can be hard if they're not familiar with it, because honestly, who really wants to start another social media platform these days? But it's the place to go. So I'm gonna leave a link down below, so I would love it if you guys would go and follow me on Twitch and check out my live streams. It's good to have a schedule with these live streams. Some of the most successful DJs have a schedule. I don't have that great of a schedule. I should do better. Sometimes I schedule, sometimes I just jump on whenever I feel like it. So let's move on to DJ Gear. My main setup right now is I am using my Denon DJ Prime 4. And I just have that plugged in to my interface, which I'll get into in a minute. So when I initially started doing live streamings, I bought the iRig Stream, and it is a great device for getting into it if you can find one. They're like $100, and literally you can plug it into your iPhone, or you can plug it into your computer, or plug it into your iPad, and you get good, clean audio straight into it. It's a super simple device, works out very well. But that's not how I'm running my audio anymore, because I am running it through my camera switcher. I am running the Blackmagic Design 810 Mini Studio Switcher for my live streams. Now, I don't have a lot of camera angles. I have one that's straight off into, you can see my green screen back here, that goes straight into that. And then I have another camera that's positioned on my table looking down at the Prime 4. But the reason why I use this is because it's also an HDMI capture card. And I have found that with using my cameras through HDMI running into the Blackmagic ATEM, I am getting better video quality onto my stream than just running cameras as webcams or plugging in webcams for my setup. So I like the quality that is provided when I use that, so it might be a little overkill, but it works out really well for me. So the audio in on the Blackmagic 810 Mini is really great because I have two additional inputs, as well as being able to run audio off of my cameras into my switcher. Now, personally for me, I just run RCA to Mini out of my Prime 4 and right into the 810 Mini mic 1 option. And you can switch this in the ATEM Mini software to be mic or line. So it works out really well. You do have to get a little tricky with it, but I found this with the iRig stream as well, that sometimes you don't have your audio matching your video, so you have to add in some delay, and you can actually do that in the control software for the ATEM Mini to get your audio synced up with your video. So maybe we'll do a little video on that in the future to show you guys exactly how to do that. From the ATEM Mini, I'm running into ECamm Live on my MacBook Pro to run my streams. Now, a lot of people use OBS. OBS is super popular. When I first started, I was using OBS. But I like ECamm a lot because I like the layout and the functionality of it, and it works really well with Macs. If I need to set up a stream and I don't have my ATEM Mini, I can just plug my Canon cameras directly via USB into my computer, and ECamm Live automatically reads them as webcams. Now, Canon has released a utility for Macs. There was already one on PCs to make this functionality work with any software that you run, but I like the built-in integration into ECamm Live's software. I can still add in my overlays, I can still do transitions, I can still do green screen. In fact, I'm going to talk about my green screen in a little bit. So ECamm Live is really solid. You do have to pay for it, so it is a subscription-based software. I think I'm paying like $19 a month for it, which is what I was paying for Restream when I started, but using Restream.io is great to put it out to multiple platforms, but really all my platforms are shutting me down, so I'm only streaming to one platform, so I got rid of Restream and just bought the subscription to ECamm. So let's talk cameras. This is the Canon M200. Initially, when I started live streaming, I had just bought the Canon M50, which is what I'm shooting this video on, and I love that camera for making videos, but it doesn't have a clean HDMI output. So you want to make sure you have a clean HDMI output on your camera, because you don't want the overlays of, the camera menus and stuff like that on top of your video on your stream. So the M50 doesn't have that, but the Canon M200 does. So I went out and bought an M200. It's a cool camera, like if you want to use it to even get into vlogging and doing stuff like that at first, but it doesn't have a mic input on it, so I'm gonna keep using the M50 for that, but this is my stream camera. Has the EOS M mount, so I can switch my lenses back and forth between my M50 and my M200 if I need to, and if you throw a battery power pack into it, you can plug it right into the wall, and it won't shut off on you, and you never lose power. So that's definitely an important thing, no matter what camera you're using, is to find a way to be able to plug it into the wall. Some just plug in via USB and they're powered. Some you need like a power pack, or they have little battery adapters that you can just plug them in. I'll leave a link to the ones that I use down below. And then you can run for hours. So in addition to my Canon M200, I'm also running this camera right here. So this is actually a Zoom Q2N recorder, which I bought as like my first camera to record my live sets and when I was out performing. This is the camera that I got. Built-in microphones, all that. But that's not why I'm using it, because I don't need the built-in microphones on this. Happy discovery, this thing has a clean HDMI output. So this has become my camera 2 for when I'm doing my sets and I want to switch back and forth. So one thing that's important with doing a live stream is making sure that you have a way to talk to your audience, because you want to be able to interact with them. I know most DJs aren't into the whole interactive thing unless maybe you're a wedding DJ, but even a lot of wedding DJs aren't into that. So you do have to get used to it. Talk to your audience, talk about your life, talk about things that are going on, talk about the music, get in and out, funny jokes. Do something, because you want to try to engage your audience. So make sure that you have a microphone. So I bought this boom arm here, so it looks like I'm on a radio station. Kind of cool. Again, super cheap. One of those things that you can just get on Amazon, but totally worth it. Throw a mic on there, plug it in, and talk to your audience. So let's talk about green screen and lighting. So over here, you can see I have my green screen back here. So this is just a wall in my basement. I just bought a like $25 green screen backdrop on Amazon and stapled it up to the wall, and there's my green screen background. The thing that you need to remember to do green screen well though is that it needs to be lit really, really well. So if it's not lit well, you're going to get ghosting and weird stuff, and you're going to be able to tell that you have a green screen behind you. I mean, most people are going to know you have a green screen behind you anyways, but it becomes very obvious. So you need to make sure that it's lit really well. So I have 2 of these that I've put on either corner of my setup table for my live streams. So these are just LED wand stick lights. I initially bought these to go with my photo booth because they're cool and they do different colors and adds a nice ambiance to my photo booth. But they also work really, really well for lighting myself up and lighting the green screen up. So white light, and these things are cool because I can change colors on them. So warm white, and do red, green, blue. You get the idea. You can switch through colors. Super useful, handy to have in your kit. And yeah, these have become my lighting for my live stream setup. As you can see behind me, I have my green screen set up here. So don't have to get super fancy with it. Just make sure you have a good, consistent, well-lit background and you're good to go. So everyone on the live streams usually seems to have some video going. When I initially started, I just had lighting set up around my basement to light up my very dark basement, and that was cool, but kind of got old after a while. So I want to do video DJing. Now, I love the Prime system, as you guys know, love using Denning gear, but unfortunately, there isn't a great way for me to do video right now without using Resolume Arena software, which is like $1,000, and I just don't feel like making that investment right now. So what I've been doing is I am taking clips off the internet, I am making my own collages of stuff and editing them together in Final Cut Pro to create my video backdrops. So they last anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes. And the great thing about the ECamm Live software is I can load that clip right into the software and have it play in the background. So I don't need to have like QuickTime open or something like that to play it and then import it into ECamm. It runs in the background. I just select that I am running green screen and I want my camera to be transparent background, and bam, live streaming. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys on ideas for your live streaming setup. If you guys have any questions about the equipment that I'm using or my thoughts on live streaming, let me know in the comments. I'd love to help you out, love to answer your questions. And I'm also going to leave a link to all the equipment that I use, as well as a link to my Twitch profile so you guys can go and follow me on Twitch and check out my live streams. Hope this has been helpful. Please like, subscribe, do all those things. They help me out, get more viewers, so I can make more videos. Talk to you guys in the next one.